Welcome, everybody, to another episode of Bracket Up. Today, we finally have a new ad on the sides of our screen. It's no longer Call of Duty, it's Crash 4. It's great. It's 2021. It's time for a change, guys.
Yeah, it feels weird to say that.
I know. It's been 3 days, and it's feeling weird. I'm handy dandy Andy Jarek, and along with my awesome Bracket Up buddies, like the man with the best name in the whole wide world, Andy Mysuck. How are you, Andy?
Good, and yourself?
Wonderful. Terrific Tom Kairos. Tom, you said you're driving, right?
I am driving at the moment, so for the first portion of this, you'll get some different views.
All right. Well, I like the one I'm seeing right about now. Next to Tom is I'm a snack. It's Julian Griffin.
Are you talking about yourself or are you talking about me?
We're snacks. Both of us. We're a snack.
I agree. We are.
Hell yeah.
Together?
Yeah, we can
Thank you,
snack on
Tom.
each other.
I'll never say that ever again.
What? I sneezed. It was a sneeze.
Pause.
Next to Julian is Dave Red Dead Holloway.
Yeah, it does not. We're recording this on a Sunday because of the days off. It does not feel like a Sunday.
No, I don't know what the
I
hell
keep
day
thinking
it
I'm
feels
supposed to be working right now. I'm
No, same.
glad I'm not.
I know, yeah.
like. It's been real wonky in 2021 so far. So today's topic, everybody, is the goofiest MMA fighter nicknames that we could think of. We've got 23 on the list, so we have practically as many play-in rounds as regular rounds. Actually, we had the same amount, right? Or one less play-in round than regular rounds. Because we're good like that, and we don't make anything easy on anybody's eyes. So we went and did some research and found a bunch of MMA fighters who are professionals, at least, that have some incredibly strange, weird, and unintimidating nicknames. And we're going to find out which of those is the least intimidating. So, to begin, our very first play-in round is Corey Beastin 25-8 Anderson against the Vanilla Gorilla Chase Sherman.
So I Beastin 25-8 is great. It's also a t-shirt that I'm assuming is his.
Yes.
Beautiful.
So
What's the meaning behind the numbers?
Yeah.
Instead of 24/7, it's 25/8.
yeah, it's that
Oh,
simple.
Jesus.
Stupid.
It's really fucking dumb. But he's beasting all the time. I mean, overtime, anytime, whenever it is, he's beasting.
He's
So-
beasting
Kinda
so
like
much
how
he's
dumb it
breaking
is.
the space-time continuum.
I think he realized how stupid it was when Bruce Buffer had to announce it on a pay-per-view, and everybody looked at him like he was some kind of freak. And then he changed his name to Overtime, or his nickname to Overtime recently. So that's a little more normal, but we're never gonna he's never gonna live 25-8 down at all.
Oh, I think it's better than overtime.
At least it's
I kind of like how
weak.
dumb it is.
Yeah,
It's so
you stand
good.
out.
It's
I
so
thought you said
good.
25A at first. That's what I was
Yeah,
like,
it's his
oh,
A
okay.
cups.
Yeah.
No, 8. Sorry. And then the Vanilla Gorilla Chase Sherman. As far as I know, there's not like a goofy story to this one, except he's just
Okay.
a big old white guy who
I was gonna say you.
kind of looks like.
I feel like Vanilla Gorilla could be like a Joe Rogan nickname.
That's from Rampage.
I have no idea. It's just a white gorilla that's smiling goofy
That
at
does
you.
look like the gorilla from Rampage.
Is this him too? One of these?
A lot of them.
Yeah, that's him right there.
Which one?
Wait, Jesus, they both look the same. I think it's the guy on the left with the ears.
Big ears guy?
Yes, I think it's
Both
big
of them
ears
had
guy.
I
big
think that
ears.
should be him.
I feel weird. I actually saw him fight live and he won.
Go get him, Vanilla Gorilla.
So random.
Except
Oh.
he ain't winning this fight in my eyes. Give me,
25-8.
give me
Oh.
Beastin.
Going 25. No, I'm gonna go Vanilla Gorilla because I just like the way it sounds.
I am 25-8.
Yeah, you are. So am I. All right, and lastly, before we move on any further, I want you guys to come up with who you think has the worst record, the worst win-loss record. I promise it's only one guy. No one
So
else is
he's
close.
like lost the most?
Yes. Just who's got the worst record?
I'm writing this one down.
I'm going with ya boy.
Oh, if we're just saying it, I'm going with Shoeface.
Okay.
I'm going with bad.
I'll go with Rick, the ginger with intent.
To
To
injure.
injure. It got weird for a second.
Yeah,
It's all right. It cut
gets
off.
cut off. It's Ginger
I'm
with the
sorry.
intent to injure.
Okay, I'll try and remember all of those, and we'll discuss it at the end. Moving on to the next matchup is Dom. I hate you so much, O'Grady, against Brandon Raw Dog Royval.
Oh man, I gotta pull these up. Do you have a story for either of them, Andy?
No, not really, but Brandon Royval is a current MMA fighter. He's quite good. I think he just lost like a #1 contenders matchup. Raw Dog, though, ugh.
I have to put that in my search engine.
I don't know if you
Wasn't there
want
a
to.
wrestler Raw Dog too?
Oh God, that wouldn't surprise me.
Oh man, this guy's got only a handful of pictures. I feel like this might be the worst record now.
Well, here's a good photo of what I think.
I think I might change that. I think I'm gonna go with Raw Dog.
No, this ain't Raw Dog. This is I hate you so much.
Oh, this is
Dom O'Grady.
Wow.
Look at him just kind of doing his thing. He seems to be a tongue biter.
Are we gonna do pictures for everybody? Because it might take a little bit.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and pull them up quicker.
Okay.
I didn't this round.
Dom O'Grady does not look like an MMA fighter. He just looks like somebody who will steal your Doritos.
Yeah.
I immediately hear
Actually,
Dom,
correct.
and I think of Vin Diesel from the Too Fast, Too Furious shit, and it looks nothing like him.
Yeah, this is old good old.
That's Raw Dog.
This guy looks like he might have like an okay record.
I mean, he's
don't
got
know.
a
He
lot
looks
more
like one of those
pictures.
trolls from Frozen.
Good stuff.
Yeah, Brandon Royval's actually pretty good.
I mean, we really need to talk about this one any further. There is clearly a dumber nickname here.
I hate you so much.
I hate
dumber
you so
nickname.
much.
So
Oh no,
stupid.
we're having the problems again.
Yeah.
I'll go
me
with Raw
too.
Dog.
Tom's like, I'm a big fan of Raw Dog.
I mean, well,
He did say ooh when we mentioned Raw Dog. He was like, ooh.
Okay.
All right.
We might have a contender for who probably has the worst record here.
All right. So next matchup is Smilin' Sam Alvey against Marcus the Irish Hand Grenade Davis.
Ooh.
oh my god.
This is why we get pictures for every person.
That is what Sam
Oh,
Alvey
that
does.
is awesome.
Every
He
fucking
seems like
fight.
just a very happy guy.
But you
He's
know
a
what?
Do
dork.
people
He
do
might have
people
won
like
here.
him?
No.
I hope not. Good. Okay.
I mean, I don't really. It seems very like forced and fake. So the main reason that I put this on the list is that his nickname isn't Smiling. It's not Smilin'. It's Smile apostrophe N apostrophe. I don't know what the fuck that means.
Smile.
It's so Smile and Sam. Like, no, I don't know. I don't like it at all.
And then I know this guy is not in contention for worst record because I've heard of the Irish hand grenade.
Yeah, so this is Marcus Davis. He's not really Irish. He's from Boston, and I know that a large Irish population in Boston, but he's not really an Irish person. I don't know if you guys remember back in like early college days, I created a fan page on Facebook for Marcus the Irish Hand Grenade Davis.
Yes, you did.
And
So
for
he's not Irish and he's not okay. Not at all.
I mean, probably a little bit, but he's not like from Ireland. He's an American-born, like American.
And probably
A
goes
good old
around saying
American
that
boy.
Yeah.
He probably goes around saying that he's Irish to get on everybody's goddamn nerves.
Yeah, he kind of feuded with another fighter who was an English guy, and they feuded over the fact that Marcus Davis isn't really from Ireland. Great.
I'm going with Smiling.
Yeah.
I'm going smiling too. That picture.
He's terrifying.
I'm going with Marcus the Irish Hand Grenade.
It's smiling for me, guys.
Tom, who you running with?
I wanted even though it's not gonna win, I'm gonna do the hand grenade.
That's just stupid to me. Why did you get into an argument over a dude from an area you're not from? That's stupid.
I don't know. Next matchup is Holly Holm, the preacher's daughter, against Ian Uncle Creepy McCall.
Now I know Holly Holm.
Yeah, she's just a kind of born American who beats the shit out of Ronda Rousey, and everybody loves that. I guess she looks like the preacher's daughter, right? Like, totally.
And
Here's
then
the
here comes
kick
good
that
old
ended Ronda
Uncle
Rousey's
Creepy.
undefeated streak.
Beautiful.
Love it.
Is there a story behind how she got the preacher's daughter nickname at all?
If I had to take a wild guess, it would be that her father is a minister.
Makes sense.
But with some of the stupid nicknames that we've seen already, she might have just randomly thought of it herself.
Speaking of Uncle Creepy,
I was just gonna say, isn't that a funny matchup? The preacher's daughter plus Uncle Creepy.
Yeah, he's got the weird handlebar mustache. Kind of looks like a 30s guy who will tie someone to a railroad track and leave them there.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
a hipster that'll talk to you about indie bands for 5 hours.
You guys like Tame Impala at all?
Yeah.
Anybody? No. Okay.
good nickname too.
So yeah, Tom, you were right. Holly Holmes' father, or I was right. Holly Holmes' father is a Church of Christ preacher. That's it.
Sounds about right.
I know, a little disappointing with a goofy nickname like that. Yeah, and Uncle Creepy just looks weird, and by all accounts, he was a huge asshole when he was younger.
The name fits the face. I'm
Yeah.
going with him.
Okay.
Yeah, Uncle Creepy.
Some of his pictures, he was kind of handsome. I'll go with Uncle Creepy.
Tom's like,
Hell
oh, I'll ride this guy both literally and figuratively. Julian?
Well, I voted. I said Uncle Creepy.
Our first sweep of the day then.
You'll love to see it. All right, matchup number 5 pits Funky Ben Askren against Luis Violent Bob Ross Pena. Both these guys have kind of similar hairstyles.
Yeah, big ass hair. Has my old hair beat.
Yeah, Ben Askren's just he's a wrestler guy, so he's not a good striker, which I don't understand where Funky comes from. Really, he's not funky. He's just a Jesus.
I can see why they call him Funky now.
Maybe back in college, yeah.
Goodness.
A doofy looking guy.
He's funky and crazy.
Yeah, and then who's the other guy we got going here?
Yeah, Violent Bob Ross, Luis Pena. He looks like Bob Ross if Bob Ross had like ginger hair.
Oh, yeah.
That's hilarious.
Oh, that's almost uncanny.
It's very weird, yeah. Like he could be a son or a nephew or something.
No, let's say a son, because I like to live in a world where Bob Ross was fucking hoes and just had illegitimate children.
I mean, that scary Bob Ross son gets the vote for me.
Yeah, that's a little goofier.
Oh, sorry, everyone. I sneezed.
I'll vote for Violent Bob Ross also. I almost wish his name was just Bob Ross. Not
I'm good with
Violent
Bob Ross.
Good with Bob Ross, too.
Oh, back-to-back sweeping.
All right, we've got another matchup here. This, which we mentioned earlier, is Rick the Ginger with intent to injure Pfeiffer against your boy, Eric Anders.
Let me tell you, Tom might be onto something with this guy being the worst striker. Look at him. Who is he
God.
beating? Who is this guy beating?
Wow.
Even fewer results.
I'm loving.
Couldn't get you.
I think, wow.
I love the random pictures here of, is that bacon? and
Yep.
the Philadelphia Eagles.
Vegan coconut ginger caramels.
Oh.
Oh God. Yeah, bacon.
Here's his card. Rick, the ginger with the intent to injure. Pfeiffer. Versus, I can't even see the other guy. Our faces are blocking.
Morgan
it.
Ryan's.
Morgan Ryan's, yeah.
Wonderful. Wonderful. Let's go to your boy. Here comes your boy. I don't
He's
see
just-
it. He's just the guy.
Huh.
Just kind of a dude. Just a big.
I was expecting a pasty white man like
No, that's what you get with
with your
ginger.
boy. Yeah.
Sorry,
He
you're
looks like
disappointed.
somebody who
Yeah,
would say
listen.
boy.
Yeah. The only thing disappointing about your boy is that it's not spelled with an I.
So it's sometimes I see it spelled with an I. Sometimes I see it
Okay.
spelled with a Y. I feel like I meant to put the I because that's definitely better than Y, but my mistake.
I think he
I'm-
introduces himself as your boy Eric Andrews in every situation. Like if he went to a job a job interview and he introduced himself as your boy,
Hey guys, it's me, your boy.
It's on his
Wait.
resume.
Mr. Anders. Oh, it's your boy Eric.
Who's gonna
Your
tell
boy
him
just
no?
makes me think of I played Civ where you can make a custom religion and there's one that looks like bacon, so I just said it's your boy bacon and that was my religion for the game.
Your boy.
It's your boy.
Yeah, he does look like a dude though.
God,
Pretty much.
I think your boy is a fantastically goofy, funny, not intimidating nickname, but he's up against Ginger with the intent to injure.
Sure. Yeah, that's definitely goofier.
Yeah, that's way goofier.
Yeah,
I
I'll go
would
with
say this is goofiest names or worst names. I don't remember. No.
just goofiest.
Goofiest.
Oh, goofiest is your boy, or Ginger rather. Your boy Ginger.
Your boy Ginger.
They were able to fuse together.
I would not want to see these two humans fuse together,
It's
please.
your boy, the ginger with intent to injure. Yeah. All right, so
Awesome.
Rick moves on, and our final matchup in our weird playing round is Scott Tickle Fight Tomats against the Huntington Beach bad boy Tito Ortiz. So Scott Tomets, as you can see, not a whole lot of pictures here. The one all the way on the right, he kind of looks like Jack Black, and that's
Oh yeah.
yeah.
With a beard.
With a blurry picture like that,
Yeah.
I see Jack Black totally. But Jack Black, who could probably beat you up. Tickle Fight doesn't really get me in the mood to watch mixed martial arts.
No.
That's what you think.
Oh, are you the
Tickle
opposite?
Yeah.
Tickle Fight sounds like a bad WWE like E wrestler, like one that's supposed to be a joke.
The Tickle
like,
Fight, yeah,
Like Doink
Yeah.
the Clown.
exactly. And this is Tito Ortiz. He's like probably the best fighter on this list. He's an ex-champion, UFC legend. He's from Huntington Beach, California, and I guess Bad
Okay.
Boy is there because he's very immature. He's a MAGA head. He's
Oh.
he also just got elected to the Huntington Beach City Council this past November, and he is the mayor pro tem
What?
as well. He,
Oh, God.
I believe, a few days ago got into a verbal altercation with one of his constituents in a parking lot and threatened to beat him up.
Could do it.
Yes,
Oh
he
my
could.
God.
Also married to Jenna Jameson at one point. Has a massive dick. Tom, that one's
Okay.
for you, Tom. You can go look that shit
How
up
do you know that?
because he brags about it all the time.
Oh, okay.
Yes, I mean, if you want to look it up, you can go look it up.
That's who I want in office.
Get that
so, yeah.
incognito mode on there.
And Tom doesn't need incognito.
Sorry, I'm projecting here.
You trying to say something, Andy? Here?
No.
No.
Tickle Fight, I think, is the goofier name.
Tickle Fight is the goofier name.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm going with the Huntington Beach bad boy because like a 30-year-old man should not be described as a boy anymore.
True.
Like, I'm not a rebel without a cause. I'm an MMA fighter, damn it. So that's my vote.
Julian, we haven't heard from you on these messed up names.
I said Tickle Fight.
Well, everyone said it so quick.
All right, so Scott Tickle Fight Tomats moves on.
Oh no,
And
we're frozen.
Challenge is freezing us. Okay, so we've made it to our Sweet 16 as you finish that up. So Corey Beastin 25-8 Anderson is back, and he's going up
Just
against
a reminder.
Yeah, 25-8 with that awesome T-shirt. I didn't know he had a T-shirt. That makes it so much better. Against Caitlin, blonde fighter Chukagian, and she's blonde. I very blonde.
Oh, that's a bad nickname. If that's all you got.
I'm the blonde fighter.
Didn't we already see another blonde fighter too already on this list?
Yeah, Holly Holm.
Yeah.
But is it as
So
bad?
generic.
Is it as bad as 25-8?
I think it's worse, but it's not as goofy. So
I mean, you could interpret Goofy however you want. Goofy and
yeah.
Yeah,
I'll go. Sorry.
No, go ahead.
Beastin 25.
I was gonna say-
sounds like a mixtape.
I was gonna say I'm gonna go with Beastin because I think it's goofier. The other one's
Agreed.
worse.
I love Beastin.
I'm gonna go with
Yeah.
Beastin because I really feel like if that were music, I would listen to the fuck out of it.
I love this. He's Beastin 25-8.
Sounds like a like a Beastie
know
Boys
where he got
parody
that
band.
I don't know where he got that extra hour and that extra day of the week, but I like it.
He's Beastin so much he's breaking the space-time continuum.
I've ate.
All right, Corey Anderson moves on to our Elite Eight. Next matchup, Joe Daddy Stevenson, and yes, his nickname is Daddy,
love
against
it.
Tamden, the Barn Cat, McCrory.
You already got my vote.
Joe Stevenson, his nickname is Daddy because he has 4 kids and is very devoted to his children.
Oh, wait.
Hey,
Oh,
cool.
Not a bad thing.
Not a
Yeah.
bad thing, but when I hear Daddy, that's not what
it
I
takes
was
the
thinking
goofy
here.
all the way.
Yeah,
out of it.
Daddy is a
Oh,
different connotation
Yeah.
in my eyes.
What I do like about this is that the commentators, whenever he would be fighting, they never referred to him as Joe or Stevenson. It was always
Daddy.
Joe Daddy. Every time. One word, Joe Daddy.
Here
all the
comes
time.
Joe Daddy.
Yes.
Baby. I love it.
Think
I
the
also like
announcers
how-
messed up and just called him Daddy.
I like
Probably.
half
That would be great.
about half the podcast thought when they heard Daddy that it wasn't referring to being a father.
Yeah, sorry to burst
Yeah.
everybody's bubble.
But that makes it even goofier. Like, you have to know. You have to know. Like, when you're giving yourself Daddy as a nickname.
Yeah, and I mean most men in the UFC, they're dads too. So I feel like Joe Stevenson just took like the path of least resistance to find his nickname. Yeah, that's Tamden McCrory.
Oh,
He doesn't. I don't know if he looks like a barn cat to you guys.
I mean,
he kind of looks like a
right there.
dweeb.
He said he looks like a dweeb.
I don't
He
think.
kind of.
I think
some
this
of
guy would be
these.
pushing me in a locker ever before
Yeah.
I'd be pushing him in.
Yeah, but I also think some of these pictures he looks like a dweeb.
Yeah, with the
this-
glasses, yeah.
Yeah.
Or that one with Bud Light and Harley Davidson in the back, the third row first. That one. He looks a little dweeby there.
He looks like a
He looks like a
librarian.
jacked dweeb. He looks like the guy that got picked on and then decided no more. We're
I'm not
done.
gonna lie. He Loki looks like somebody who gets jealous when his sister dates somebody other than him.
Yeah, but
Oh, God.
he'll still kick your ass. So.
Oh yeah.
You can't date my sister unless I say so. That type of dude.
He
It was
pounds
one
your
of Joe
ass into the
Daddy's
dirt. It's Joe Daddy's kid.
One of your daddy's children.
And Joe Daddy taught me good.
So, story about the barn cat. So, one of his old training partners said that barn cats, just like stray cats or whatever, will hiss at you for looking at them sideways and are incredibly ferocious. And that's how he got the nickname, because I guess he's incredibly ferocious when he's
If you look at
training.
him
Okay.
sideways.
Oh, is
And
he?
he'll hiss at you like a
and
normal
he'll hiss
person.
at you.
Hey, I'm gonna hiss at you for dating my sister.
He's from Yeehaw Junction.
Tam Dan from Yeehaw Junction.
Yeehaw
McCoy.
Junction's own pride and joy. The barn cat.
I'm voting Barn Cat.
I'm going barn cat.
I gotta go
Oh.
with Barn Cat.
God, I want to go with Daddy because
I'll support you with Daddy.
Here comes Daddy. I'm a father of 4.
That's so anticlimactic too.
I know. I'm sorry. I wish there was a better story. All right, so Barncat moves on. Next up, Dom, I hate you so much. O'Grady makes his return against Pedro the Pedro Otavio.
Quick reminder of Dom, I hate you so much. He's the tongue biting looking weirdo. Probably has one of the weaker records based on his short Google image search. And here comes Pedro the Pedro. That him? Yeah.
It might not also have a good record if you have to ask.
Yeah, I don't believe Pedro Otavio ever made it to the UFC. He not exactly the best fighter on the list.
Not exactly the best name either.
Oh,
Yeah, the best nickname creator. Yeah.
love it. It's Pedro the Pedro.
That's what really makes it in this case. If he was named anything else for his actual name, this would be like one of the worst ones on the list. But the fact that it is his name.
Gonna go with I hate you so much still, because Pedro the Pedro just not stupid now. It sounds funny, but it's still stupid.
I'm gonna go with Pedro the Pedro. Actually, the first name I saw was Dom, I hate you so much, and I thought that would be my golden ticket. But Pedro the Pedro.
I gotta go with Pedro the Pedro.
I feel like at that point you don't even need a last name. Just Pedro it's enough. You don't need any more than that. I'll go with Dom O'Grady.
Oh,
I'm gonna go with Pedro.
Pedro.
Pedro. I would consider that an upset right there.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, so Pedro moves on. Next up, Smiling Sam Alvey is back against Bad Brad Blackburn.
Yeah, let's get a quick reminder of everyone's favorite smiling fool.
Blackburn sounds like a pirate last name.
And
Well, here he
Like
is.
from Pirates of the Caribbean, though, not like
Yeah, like
legend.
Captain Blackburn. Yeah.
Nothing really jumping out as goofy with him. I don't even think his name's that goofy.
he doesn't even look that bad. He looks like a genuinely nice guy.
Just looks like a normal fellow.
Just looks like a dude.
He's just a regular dude. I can't get over your nickname being bad. If you're in
Bad,
any
yeah.
sort of competitive sport, it's
Like,
bad.
It's
I feel like
you
he would be
receive
better.
$1 if you ask for it. Like, you got $1? Yeah, you're not that bad, Brad Blackburn.
I mean, I feel some of these people look like they should look like nice guys who shouldn't be in MMA.
I feel
there's
like bad is just boring.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So.
He ain't smiling.
Going up against Sam Alvey, you're not gonna win unless you're like the 15 fighters he's lost to.
Is that a 5-0 sweep?
Yeah.
That's a
Yeah.
I think so.
All right, Sam Alvey moves on. Next up, Uncle Creepy. Ian McCall is back against Reese, a Nightmare on Elm Street.
So we
That's
got
so
a
clever.
juggernaut matchup here. So a reminder of Uncle Creepy. He's got the handlebar mustache.
Truly trained villain.
His nickname should have been Dick Dastardly.
He should have been.
Pretty much the same
And then
thing.
I think we have the worst fighter here. Here's his Google images.
Ooh.
Oh God.
Ugh.
Oh.
Wait, so is his last name Street?
Yes,
Yeah.
his name is Reese Street, and so
Oh, that's kind of clever, though.
no. Well,
Joe
yes, but
Daddy's
it's,
second
it's so bad.
It's bad, but it's
I
better.
hope this is him on Halloween.
I don't think it is.
There are so few image searches, and his
Yeah.
name has a literal movie title.
Yeah, he was a guy who
Yeah,
didn't
well-
quite make it to the mainstream.
I almost wonder if that throws Google off. You know,
Perhaps, but
it's I'm gonna go with this guy.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with him.
oh, I mean, I think this is a battle of juggernauts here.
I think Creepy Uncle is handsome, so I'm going with him. His nickname should have been Daddy. That would have been more.
There you go.
That would have been more
sense.
appropriate.
Well,
Tom,
In
you
our-
are so vocal in this episode.
Tom knows what he wants. He wants.
This is the most vocal I've seen him in a while.
Did I hear 2 for Elm and 1 for Uncle Creepy?
Yep.
think so.
I don't believe we heard Julian, so I'm gonna make it tough and go with Uncle Creepy.
You heard Julian.
just
Oh, who
told
did
you
I not
Uncle
hear?
Creepy.
I think it was me.
Oh.
Dear. This is a tough one. This is a really tough one. I think Uncle Creepy for me is a little bit goofier.
Yeah.
Hell yeah! Daddy moves on.
Ian, real daddy McCall, onto the Elite Eight. Next up, Luis Pena, Violent Bob Ross, is up against the Dean of Mean, Keith Jardine.
Hey, I like
I
that.
love. I don't know
love
why.
it.
I love this nickname.
So here we
There's
got
Bob Ross.
Violent Bob Ross. As you know, Bob Ross's illegitimate child. Julian wants to believe he's just fucking a bunch of people and having kids.
Bob
and then
Ross. That smooth voice of his. Whoa.
So this is Keith
That him in a
Jardine.
movie?
Wow.
Yes, he's acted in some action-y flicks as henchman and stuff like that.
He does look mean.
Whoa, hold on. He's fucking dancing Viking? Techno Viking?
He's not techno. He can't be techno Viking. He just looks like him. Or is he? Is he?
I don't
I
know.
don't know.
Techno Viking?
You know that dude? Look on YouTube real quick, Andy. Techno Viking.
That
Uh-huh.
should definitely be on the.
I'm
viral
looking
video.
him up just to see if he's.
Pre-2010 viral video Viking.
Oh
Techno
no,
Viking.
it's not the same one. But they do
Okay.
look very
They look
similar.
just
Yeah.
alike.
Okay.
Holy shit.
Okay, because one of these image results says Keith Jardine dancing, and it's Techno Viking. So I had to ask.
I think he went over there or something, or they met up, perhaps.
Okay.
Okay, that's wow, strange. So Keith Jardine, before the start of every round, would angrily glower at his opponents and tweak his nipples.
Oh.
Ooh,
I guess
Tom's
he-
got a new daddy.
That's another daddy move.
Pure excitement.
Oh. I'm going with Dean of Mean.
I'm going Dean and Mean.
Same.
I mean, I can't see how you don't go with Dean of Me.
We're gonna have 2 daddies in the next round.
Oh,
God.
it's a daddy matchup. Is this a clean sweep for Dean of Mean?
Yep.
All right, Keith Jardine moves on. We're finishing up our Sweet 16 here. And Rick, the ginger with intent to injure Pfeiffer, is back in the octagon. But he's going up against Brad, the hillbilly heartthrob Imes.
If you have any stories, now's the time. I'm trying to keep up with you.
Sorry, I can try and slow down. Brad Imes, as far as I know, was just from Texas or something like that, one of the southern states, and was a fairly good-looking guy in 2005 when he
More
started
daddies.
fighting.
Let me tell you, I feel another daddy
Ooh.
coming. But first, we have Rick the Ginger
Yeah.
with the intent to injure, as we remember. We called the one guy a dweeb, but that guy would probably kick all of our asses.
Oh, yeah.
This guy, I'm not too sure. This guy, I think I might be able to take.
It's like a 12-year-old still.
Him and Reese Story look like they could be brothers. Definitely.
But now we've got our new challenger, the hillbilly, heartthrob.
I mean, I don't really see it. He's not ugly per se, but
Well, Tom, what do you think?
Is that? I knew I was gonna be like, is that a? I have to make the call now. Some
Well,
of these pictures,
What do you
he looks
think?
okay. Some of them he looks okay. Other ones not so much.
That one where he's got the tattoo doesn't look great.
incredibly
He looks-
sad. And
he kind of looks like he's got some hangover here.
yeah, he's a heavyweight, so those guys usually aren't exactly ripped. I guess there's more of him to love.
Also, very short image search, potentially one of the weaker records.
Yeah, he didn't fight in MMA or in the UFC for very long. The hillbilly heartthrob got outclassed.
I think the Ginger's a goofier name.
Yeah, I agree.
I agree as well.
I also agree. I mean, I know I didn't hear you yet, Julian.
Oh, here we go. I found a story. About
not.
The hillbilly. I'm sorry. I don't know if this will convince anybody otherwise.
We
already voted. I'll tell it anyway. So his friends and him were drunk and coming up with nicknames for people, and everyone thought that since he was from Missouri, they were without running water and power and stuff like that. So they were thinking about a good name, and somebody shouted out Hillbilly, and it popped into his head, how about Hillbilly Heartthrob? And then all of his friends called him gay.
Perfect.
2003 in a nutshell.
Are there any vote changes based on that, or are we still going with Ginger with the intent to injure?
I'm going with Ginger still.
Yeah.
Still.
I don't think you're going to top Ginger with the intent to injure just yet. This is probably the most fights he's ever won.
All right, and then our final matchup in the Elite Eight is Scott Ticklefight Tomat Speck from Moore against Shoeface Antonio Carlos Jr. So you're going to show Scott first?
Yeah, we're going to show Jack Black over here first. You know, not much going on here. He's something. I want to know why he's Tickle Fight. I'm very curious.
I couldn't find anything about why he named himself Tickle Fight, or it was thrust
it
upon him. So next up is Shoeface, and his official nickname is not Shoeface, but it's Cara de Sapato, which is Brazilian, but that translates, I believe, to face of shoe.
Yeah, so, the face of shoe. Yeah.
And he's only referred to as Shoeface by the commentators. They all call him Shoeface, like Joe Daddy when he's in the middle of a fight. They don't refer to him as, Carlos Jr. or whatever. He's just Shoeface. And according to him, he got his nickname from one of his coaches when he was earlier because his chin was, I guess, weirdly shaped like a square shoe.
Oh, I can kind of see that. He's kind of handsome.
So that's what I was thinking too. I forgot how not ugly this guy is.
Andy, are you trying to say something between?
I can just objectively say when a man is handsome. And that's dead air for you.
I'm gonna go with Tickle Fight.
Yeah, it's Tickle Fight for me.
Yeah, nothing conjures up images of grown men wrestling each other on the ground than a tickle fight. So give me that Tickle Fight.
It's Shoeface for me.
I'm also going Shoeface.
Thank you, Julian.
Here comes Shoeface with that square ass chin.
Honestly, at this point, I'm about whoever Tom is gonna vote for because I just love seeing him so happy. I love seeing him so happy, honestly.
Well, don't worry, Tom. The third matchup here is Tom's daddy fight. He's getting a daddy into the final four.
Oh yeah, the third.
All right. Well, before we get there, we've got to work our way through Beastin 25-8 Anderson and the Barn Cat.
Beastin.
Yeah, I'm gonna have a hard time with anyone beating Beastin.
The Barn
an extra
Cat.
8 hours a week.
It is incredible.
I don't see how bad. I don't think Beastin 25-8 is that bad. I think the Barn Cat is goofier.
Are you kidding me?
Yes.
Beastin 25-8? You don't get why that's bad?
Both of these are very goofy.
They're both goofy. I just think the Barn Cat's just funny, especially looking at it.
I guess
let
you
me
also
pull
have
up
to
Barn Cat real
explain the
quick
Barn
here.
Cat name. Well, yeah, you have to explain the Barn Cat name to not make it goofy.
Yeah, you have to explain Beastin 25-8.
Yeah.
You shouldn't have to explain Beastin 25-8.
I was saying that in support of Barn Cat.
But Barn Cat is also the nerd that will inherit the earth. He's huge and scary looking, but also like, what the hell's going on with that face?
He dated all of his sisters, all of his cousins.
And made sure no one else did.
Nobody else did. He was definitely in wrong turn. One of them. We just didn't know. You got my vote.
still gotta-
Cat.
I mean,
Mine's still beastie.
it's still
Beastin.
Beastin here. Easy.
Yeah, it's Beastin for me as well.
Yeah, Beastin.
You tried, Julian.
I thought you were siding with Tom.
It's
What?
okay.
No. I love
That
you.
comes
On the
later.
daddies.
Later. On the daddy. Okay.
Whatever makes Tom happy. It's whatever gets him
Oh,
most
thank you,
excited.
Julian.
All right, next matchup, the Pedro Otavio, Pedro the Pedro, against Smiling Sam Alvey. This weird Cheshire cat grin.
I mean, I love Pedro the Pedro. It's so stupid.
Como te llamas?
Pedro.
Pedro.
El Pedro.
Pedro. El Pedro.
But
That sounds like a Mexican restaurant.
let's not forget this.
But I get it.
Mm.
What I love more is how he spells it. Is more than anything.
Mhm.
Like smile. Usually it would just end at the L and then apostrophe N. Not add the E in there too.
Yeah, that was my justification for putting him in.
Where is Pedro?
So gummy.
I mean, oh God, I'm going. Oh, fuck.
Can we see Pedro one more time?
Yes, we can. I have him pulled up actually. He's the most like normal looking Pedro.
He does look like a pretty normal Pedro.
But he can't be because he gave himself the Pedro as his nickname. There's something not mentally there.
No, I think maybe he thought he was the Pedro of all Pedros.
Then why wasn't his nickname the Pedro of all Pedros? He's just Pedro the Pedro.
Because he doesn't need to. It's like
The
Pedro.
the isn't
The
all
Pedro.
capitalized like the Ohio State.
Look, we all know that he's Pedro. That's all. I don't think we have to have an argument about it.
He is the Pedro. He's not
the-
Pedro. He's
Pedro, the one and only. The Pedro that's come to save us of all our sins. They're all Pedros.
He's here to save all Pedros of their sins.
If you want to convert, you can become a Pedro yourself. I will convert to Pedro Griffin.
Man, I don't know. Somebody else vote. I don't have an answer for you yet.
I'm
I'll-
smiling.
Oh, Tom's going in hard
Of
on the
course you are.
smiling.
Of course you are, Tom. Of course you are.
Him using it as a gimmick helps the smiling make it goofier, so I'm going smiling.
I think I'll get on the smiling train as well.
Then this makes it easy. I'll give Pedro my pity vote because Pedro
I'm going to give
deserves.
Pedro a vote too.
Yeah, Pedro deserves some love. Pedro the Pedro,
He is the Pedro.
the
In case
Pedro
you
of all
all forgot.
Pedros.
He's the Pedro to your Pedro.
Love it.
All right, Pedro does not move on. I'm sorry. But we're finally at Tom's daddy matchup.
Battle of the
Most
daddies.
importantly.
Now we just have to find out who he gets more excited about.
All right, so
Oh,
Daddy
God.
Battle 2021 is on. It's Uncle Creepy McCall against the Dean of Mean, Keith Jardine.
All right, let's not forget these guys. We've got Uncle Creepy.
Handlebar.
Here's a good glam shot. No, just being.
Get rid of the mustache.
I feel like
What's wrong with the
uglier
mustache?
with the mustache.
Oh, yeah,
Wow.
he's got that fucking.
You know, that last one you're on, he kind of looked like an Adrian Brody if he didn't have a mustache.
I don't remember. I
And a
was just
smaller
clicking around.
nose.
Down.
Yeah.
Yeah. Some of them, he kind of looks like he could be an Adrian
Oh,
Brody.
he's got a
Not bad.
man bun going. I don't know if you're into man buns,
Yeah.
Not particularly, but
but then we've got the Dean of Mean with the nipple twitching.
He's definitely daddy.
yeah, between the two, yeah, absolutely, he would fit more the type, but not my personal type.
Okay,
But look,
so between the
you've
two,
made him
Tom,
unhappy.
All right. So I've got a couple short stories. Ian McCall gave an interview in which he discussed how he got his nickname and quote, "I hate nicknames. Nicknames are stupid, especially people who give themselves nicknames. One night I was trying to teach my friend's son how to skateboard, and then he said Uncle Creepy in front of everyone. Everyone noticed and it stuck. So you can thank his friend's son for that."
Okay. And then
No
for
one
the other
hates
one,
nicknames.
And Keith Jardine basically just said in an interview, because when you get into the fight and when you're sparring, you just put your face on and that's when it counts. Being mean is not about walking around just being mean to people. It's just about the way you carry yourself with adversity more than anything.
so twisting your nipples that you said is being mean.
I mean, he's dealing with adversity, and if his coping
What
mechanism is
adversity is
grabbing his
that?
nipples, then
He's
that's-
a masochist.
I just report
you're
the
a
facts.
masochist. That's
Okay.
like really.
I could get
hard.
this. I could make this way dirtier, but I'll leave it at that.
Love it.
Uncle Creepy is where I'm at.
I'm on that Uncle Creepy train as well.
I'm
Going
going
Uncle
with
Creepy.
darn. I'm going with the
gonna
Dean.
I'm going with the Dean too.
Dean of Mean. I mean, though, if we're going goofiest nicknames, could you imagine walking into the ring like Dean of Mean sounds intimidating. Uncle Creepy. Oh!
All right, so Uncle Creepy's moved on. The last matchup in our Elite Eight pits the Ginger with intent to injure, also known as one of the guys that we could probably beat up in a fight, or at least competitive with.
Mhm.
He is porcelain white.
I mean,
like
this
the
is a real
next
winner
step-
right here.
That's
This
the
could be
next
his
step up
only
from Bill
victory,
Johnson
and it's in
white.
junior high wrestling.
It's in one of those like policemen versus firefighters fundraisers for Catholic schools.
Also, we got Jack Black, two guys with very short image search.
Yeah, there's not a lot on either of them.
What's
I'm going
the
Tickle
Ginger's
Fight.
last name?
Pfeiffer?
I'm
I believe.
going with-
Oh, it's Pfeiffer.
It's like Rick
Yeah.
Pfeiffer. Or
This-
yeah,
So I heard Tickle Fight, but I think there's no contest with Ginger with the intent to injure.
I'm going with
Yeah.
Rick.
Yeah, Rick as well. I just
Yeah.
like the rhyming that goes on there a lot.
it's
Mhm.
just enough rhyming for me.
So we got a 4-1 here, and our final four.
God, what a
There you go.
fucking mess. What an absolute mess. All right, first matchup, Smiling Sam Alvey against Corey Beastin 25-8 Anderson. I am still on the Beastin train.
Man,
Yeah.
I
It is
don't know
rolling.
I don't know if I can get off the Beastin train, but I do want to remind everyone he smells smiling, and
I know.
this.
Smile and Sam.
Yeah,
I can't get over that picture.
and that makes it so much
Yeah.
goofier. It makes it so much goofier.
He's even got a gimmick to it.
Mhm.
Whereas Beastin 25-8 just looks like a normal dude. But again, there's got to be some brain damage in there to come up with a nickname.
No, he's just trying to show that he's like better than everybody. He's always
Yeah.
No,
That's
it's
Put in an extra
stupid.
8 hours of work
25-8.
in.
There's no extra than the max. This is stupid. He's dumb.
Is it
That's
more
why I
stupid
love
than
him.
Smile in.
Look, they both have some severe brain damage going
I'm
on.
going smiling.
I'm going
going Smiling.
Beastin.
I
Uh,
have to go. Oh, go ahead.
No,
Jared.
you go ahead first. You go first.
I just think I'm going Smiling only because he changed his name. The other guy, he didn't even stick with it, so he
But
changed
that
his
should
name.
tell
Yeah.
you how goofy it is. It's so bad that he's like, you know what? Shit.
But he doesn't embrace it. Like even the Pedro sticks with his name, and that's terrible. Like this is his name.
Beastin 25-8 is the dumbest name. I love it and hate it.
All right, so I'll go with Corey Anderson as well.
It's so dumb.
All right, so that moves on. Smiling Sam on to the finals. And then our last matchup is Ian McCall, Uncle Creepy, against the Ginger with Intent to Injure, Rick Pfeiffer.
Look,
So
I'm just gonna put this right here. This particular image. This is the man who's got intent to injure. Also, if he wins, we've got ourselves an all pasty white ginger finale.
This is true.
I'm going with Rick the Ginger with the intent to injure.
I am
Same.
also going with Rick, the Ginger. I'm sorry, Tom. I
no,
he
it's
makes
okay.
you-
I'm sticking with Ian.
You
I
sticking
know
with
he
your
makes
boy?
you weak in the knees every time you look at him. It's okay.
Yeah, I'll go with Ian McCall as well. Why not? All right, so our finals are finally set. Smiling Sam Alvey against Rick the Ginger with Intent to Injure Pfeiffer. And boy, do I wish these guys had crossed paths in a real fight before.
It would be so
Right.
right.
Here you
All
go.
the
You
cameras
got
would definitely be.
I gotta go with Ginger with the Intent to Injure.
That's too high. What a name. What a look.
Like such a backfired macho attempt. It's not even macho, and then you see him.
If that was a Pokemon evolution.
Yeah, actually, Ginger
That
with the
does look
intent
like
to
a
injure
Pokemon.
evolved into
So Sam Alvey was asked about his nickname, like most people are asked about his nicknames. And I guess it was given to him by his father when he was younger. But
Aw.
he is also, I know that's kind of corny because I guess he was a super happy kid or whatever growing up. But he's also said, "Oh, have you seen my wife? She's hot. I have no reason not to smile."
Well,
Good for him. He's done it all. He's gotten his
Okay.
ass kicked in MMA and he's got a hot wife.
I don't give a fuck about his
So he's a
wife.
wife guy.
He's a wife guy. I don't know if that changes anything for anybody.
No, his name is
No.
Ginger with the intent to injure.
Rick.
I had intent to
The
vote
Ginger
him
with
every
the
time.
intent to injure.
All right, sure, get me on that train too.
yeah, I'll stick with that.
Is that a clean sweep for Ginger?
Yeah.
I believe it is.
Hell yeah, it is.
My God,
I definitely picked the wrong one for the worst record.
It's got to be Ginger with the intent to injure.
All right, and you just it's not. It's not the Ginger with intent to
Oh.
injure.
He beat someone?
Oh
Oh.
yeah.
Who, how, and why?
Let's see. So Rick Pfeiffer, the Ginger, he's 5-6. So he beat 5 guys
Who,
and then lost 6 times. But
who allowed this creature to beat them?
Somebody more
Um,
ginger and white.
Jared Silverthorne, or no, Mike Glover did, and so did Robert Nelson and Mark Delgado, and a handful of other guys.
Boy, there are some funny names in there as well.
Remember earlier when you showed the side by side of him with Morgan Rines?
Yeah.
He lost that fight by head kick. So
Oh, Ginger.
the fighter with the worst nickname is Reese, a Nightmare on Elm Street.
Okay.
Does
You mean the
anyone-
worst record,
His,
right?
yeah, sorry, yeah, worst record. We already got the goofiest nickname. My bad. Anyone want to take a guess what that record is?
Is it out
I'm
of
guessing
11
he's got no
like the other
wins.
guy?
No, he's had many, many more fights than that. He's had 39 fights.
39 fights.
Yeah, he's
Okay.
big old
39.
long career, and he's still fighting nowadays.
5 wins.
I'll go-
5 and 34,
I'll say 2 and 37.
2 and 37,
I'll say 1 and 38.
1 and
And I want to
38.
know that one.
What about you, Julian?
I don't know. I don't know anything. I don't know. Just tell me. I'm excited. I'm not good
Okay.
at guessing games.
All right, he is 0 and 39.
Oh, I was right the first time. Oh.
0
When you
and
said
joking.
39, I'm like, okay, he has to have won at least a couple, not
Why
0.
is he still fighting?
I don't know.
He's
Well,
an
you gotta
action
get a
movie
win.
Stunt man. He gets his ass beat the whole time. That's
You
the
can't
only thing he's there
go
for.
0 and 39. You have to get at least a win. You can't end with nothing.
He's gonna
I-
retire with the reverse what's his name in boxing?
The reverse Floyd Mayweather.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Reese has been fighting since as a pro since December 2013. It's been 7 years, and he hasn't recorded a win yet.
God.
I love it.
I think he might need to go find something else to do.
He needs to go get help.
All the money that he wastes.
And he loses all of these fights by either like submission or knockout or TKO. So he's getting clobbered in all of them. All of them.
No.
Like his arms and legs are just being ripped from their sockets.
Oh no.
Getting so much brain damage.
Oh, whenever he fights, I want to watch it now.
I mean, he just fought in August. Got murdered.
They're keeping them there as a joke.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like for
Someone's
ratings now at
paying
this
him to
point.
stay in.
Yeah,
So-
seriously.
Here's the kind of a little fun bit. Before he was a professional fighter, he was obviously an amateur fighter as well. What do you think his amateur record is? He's had
How many
47.
I hope he's 47 and 0.
I'm gonna go with my 5 now.
And gets clobbered.
5 and 42.
Yeah, I'm going 5 again.
I'm going to stop everybody right now. You got it on the dot.
Okay.
5 and
Oh,
42.
nice.
And his first fight was a win.
Oh,
He won in 7 seconds.
he's
I
trying
bet you
wow.
people watch that and they're like, "Oh man, this Nightmare on Elm Street guy, he's gonna make it. He's gonna make it big."
And so-
to lose
My question is
70
like
plus
during
fights.
training, because you know how when you're gonna face somebody, does he like kind of shift his tactics and shift his like training regimen to try to, benefit off the weaknesses of the other dude? Does he switch anything up, or does he just lose the same fucking way every time?
I think his strategy is that of Homer Simpson in the boxing episode when he faces Dredrick Tatum, and he's just a punching bag
Oh.
until his opponent gets so tired he topples over.
Doesn't work.
So one last little bit of trivia. I realized and forgot that you can fight as an amateur and a professional at the same time in mixed martial arts. So his amateur record and his amateur fights are taking place at the same time as his professional fights.
Oh.
So he's still been fighting since about the same time, 2013, but he's fighting still currently as an amateur as well as a professional. So his overall record is 5 and 81.
Normally I would say you shouldn't be able to fight as both, but when you've got 0 wins as a professional, you can stay an amateur.
That makes sense to me.
I
And
don't
he
even
hasn't
think
won
you
an
should stay an amateur. That's just awful.
he hasn't won an amateur fight since 2017.
Holy shit!
That was my next question.
God.
He's on the old 16 fight losing streak.
Man needs to
We've all
retire
been there.
now.
This poor guy. And he's fighting in these little organizations making probably like $300 a fight,
And
like,
he just gets his ass
getting
kicked.
murdered.
His
every
mom was
6 weeks.
probably telling me, "See, I told you should have stayed in chess club." Jesus Christ!
You had such a bright future. You were so intelligent. You got the intelligence beat right out of you.
I feel awful. Like,
I don't. I find this hilarious.
my God, this poor guy. Oh, well, that's the end of Reese Street for you.
Well, it's not the end.
Did it dead
Really
end?
not the end.
Did it
Yeah, we'll
dead
see.
end, Andy?
Well, maybe by the end of our 2021 Bracket Up review, I'll post how many fights he's had and how many losses he's racked up in 2021.
Does he have a clothing line? Just curious. Just asking for a friend.
Can he be a friend of the pod?
Can we interview
He
him?
needs a friend. This dude needs a friend.
I want him on one of our episodes. He's our guest. Hey, we really shit on you in one of our episodes.
Yeah. Would you like to nominate a pick for our year-end podcast?
Reese, what's the worst tweet you've seen in 2021? Oh, gosh. All right, guys. Ready to wrap this one up? Unless anyone else has anything else?
No.
Cool.
Nope.
I'll go for it. So we found out that the goofiest MMA fighter nickname is Rick, the ginger with intent to injure Pfeiffer. his awesome 5-6 record. He got 5 more wins in our bracket, so I guess I'd consider him 10-6 right now. He needs those wins as well.
You got to win somewhere.
Too bad Smiling Sam Alvey, Ian Uncle Creepy McCollin, Corey Beastin 25-8 Anderson just couldn't take care of business today, boys. Oh well. So for everybody else here on Bracket Up, for Andy, the man with the best name, Mysek, for Julian, I'm a snack, he's a snack, we're all snacks, Griffin, for Red Dad Dave Holloway, and for terrific Daddy Tom, Daddy Kairos. I'm Handy Dandy, Andy Jarek. We'll see you next week on Bracket Up.